This is a segment that we like to do on this show called How Fucking Dumb Are You?
Hardly Focused
presents.
Do you finger your own asshole just to smell your own shit? Like, I don't get it. How fucking dumb are you?
We go to Ohio for this, home of the Drew Carey show. So on, I think it was like public access or it wasn't C-SPAN. It looked like C-SPAN, but it was like the Ohio version of C-SPAN. There were people who were speaking. It looked like at a committee or a hearing. And it was people in the medical profession who were talking about the dangers of the COVID vaccine and how, according to the internet,
oh boy,
the COVID vaccine will make you magnetized, not to mention increase your 5G.
I mean, ICP's pretty much established that we don't really know how magnets work. So,
here is a. I think this is actually from an NBC affiliate out in Columbus, Ohio, talking about this disaster of a public presentation where misinformation was attempted to be spread about the COVID vaccine, which, spoilers, ended in colossal failure. Here we go.
Cleveland doctor and anti-vaccine advocate went on a rant about 5G internet and metal objects sticking to the bodies of vaccinated people while giving testimony at an Ohio State House Health Committee meeting today. Dr. Sherry Tenpenny did this while testifying in favor of House Bill 248, which would keep a business or the government from requiring vaccinations.
But I'm sure you've seen the pictures all over the internet of people who've had these shots and now they're magnetized. They can put a key on their forehead, it sticks. They can put spoons and forks all over them and they can stick. Because now we think that there's a metal piece to that. There's been people who've long suspected that there was some sort of an interface, yet to be defined, an interface between what's being injected in these shots and all of the 5G towers.
To be very clear, medical professionals and the makers of the vaccines have clarified over and over that the COVID-19 vaccine does not contain metals, nor is there any evidence that wireless communications, whether 5G or earlier versions, harm the immune system. Those theories gained momentum in 2019 from Russian state media outlets, which helped push the disinformation into the United States domestic conversation.
so yeah, basically the Russian misinformation worked because now you get a bunch of people that are like, no, I read it on the internet, it must be true.
I think it was also not only that, but on TikTok, people just trolling.
Oh, of course.
I'm pretty sure the same thing happened with Tide Pods, where like someone on not on TikTok, but like on Twitter or something, pretended to eat a Tide Pod, and then others started eating them, but in all seriousness and actually
and then next
digesting
thing you know,
them.
Tide's putting out ads saying, please do not eat the pods.
Right. So this same thing happened with the COVID vaccines, and now there are idiots out there who think it's legitimate. There was
the 5G thing just really like. I know how those things work. That's not how those things work. That's not how any of it works.
Yeah.
Even if there was some sort of connection,
people
sending ones and zeros to your bloodstream isn't actually gonna do anything.
Yeah, people think that they're actually like getting injected with microchips. People have talked about like the prospect of like getting like the RFD chips or whatever.
I mean, they chip dogs and stuff like that. I get that.
Well, yeah, exactly that. And no one seems to have an issue with that.
It's because the dog's technically owned by something and will run off into the woods chasing a squirrel without a care in the world. So,
right. But then you bring up, the COVID vaccines. All of a sudden, no.
I mean, Jack, look at you. Look at you right now. You're wearing a watch that tracks you. You have a phone that tracks you. You're using an iPad that tracks you as you sit at a computer that pretty much knows exactly that you stay here 23 hours a day anyway. So
it's very difficult to go off the grid.
Yes.
It's almost impossible these days to go off the grid.
If you have a phone in any shape or form that is not like a landline, you're going to be tracked. You can be tracked.
Right.
Even using public internet, you can be triangulated down. It might not be the 20 feet that GPS is going to give you, but like they know they can triangulate you off a lot of stuff. They've had to do it to like save people before. It's not even like, it's not some crazy sci-fi tech where like some shady dude's doing it. It's like the local law enforcement trying to find missing people.
Right.
Like it's not even like, I don't know. It's just, it's hilarious.
But we're living in a surveillance state.
I mean, yeah, but like because of cameras, not because of COVID vaccines. Like,
there's another video, and it's not going to translate well over to audio here, and we're not actually doing an actual on-camera component to this episode of the pod here, but as part of that same broadcast, a nurse named Joanna Overholt attempted to, in attempting to publicly convince people that the vaccines cause people to be magnetized, and she herself, having been vaccinated because she's a nurse, started attempting to stick metal objects like bobby pins to herself to get them to stick. Now, the first thing she stuck to herself was a key, and it actually stuck to her chest for about 2 seconds before falling off.
okay.
But then she tried to stick a bobby pin on her shoulder, and it immediately fell off. And then she like was fumbling with it and trying to get it to stick. And then it just kept falling off because why would it stick? And then she looked all flustered because she was fully aware at this point that she was proving herself wrong.
Right.
And BuzzFeed pointed out, they say, in Overholt's failed demonstration, both a key and a bobby pin fell off of her neck. If you notice that the key did briefly stick to her chest, there's a logical explanation. Our bodies produce sebum, which is sticky enough to make small non-magnetic items stick to our skin.
Yep. I can see that.
So, I'm going to wager that everybody produces this.
So has anyone like gone on video and like done the whole spoon thing where they put a spoon on the nose and go, "Oh, guys, magnetized."
There was one video, and I can't tell. It was on TikTok. I saw it on Reddit, and I can't tell if this guy was just being a troll or if he was totally serious. But he was trying to.
A good troll looks totally serious. So
he was trying to stick like a spoon or something to him, trying to prove that the vaccine magnetized him, and it just immediately falls off. So he like takes a second, looks at the thing that fell off of him, and then looks at the camera and just goes, "I just want to take a second to apologize. I'm clearly stupid."
That's awesome.
So now there's I don't know if you've heard of this guy, a YouTuber called Electro Boom.
Nope. I've heard of some Paul guy who was fighting some Tyson guy or whatever. Not Tyson. That boxing arena match that happened recently.
Oh, you're talking about like Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Was it Floyd Mayweather?
Floyd, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, this is a engineer. This is a guy that just makes videos on YouTube.
Cool.
Wikipedia had a pretty on-point description of him. His videos are, quote, hilariously painful tutorials of electric experiments during which he often receives electric shocks.
This dude with the really thick brow,
Yes.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy. I've seen tons of his videos.
Kind of looks like Bogdan from Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Car wash guy. Okay, here he is. He posted a short video about the COVID vaccine and their magnetic powers. Here we go.
I heard people are becoming magnetic after getting COVID vaccines, so I thought to try it. And as you can see, I'm quite hairy, so none of that sticky, sweaty skin business. And see? It sticks to me just fine. Ow! It's just double-sided tape. Why are those people casting dirt on a life-saving medicine? See, this is a fridge magnet, and you can see the spoon sticks to it. But it's no way enough to hold the spoon. The magnet would have to be much stronger to hold the spoon. You would think it would be much more noticeable if this was in your body. And even if the magnetic particles were in the vaccine, they wouldn't be anywhere as powerful as this. But what if they are powerful as this? Here's a bunch of magnet particles in your blood. See what happens when I move them. Magnetic particles that strong will clump together in your arteries. They will pull your organs together. 100% death rate. It's your sweat and skin friction holding the spoon. Wash yourself.
That's awesome. Wash yourself. That guy's great.
I just love how this is the thing now. It's just one more attempted attack against science. where
I mean, I'm willing to believe this guy. He literally shocks himself. Like, he knows his craft good enough to like shock himself without literally killing himself.
I would believe and put as much faith in him as I would put in someone who is nearly swallowed by a whale.
There you go.
That they know what they're doing.
Yep.
They know what they're talking about. So don't believe any of that. And if you haven't gotten vaccinated yet, you should, because guess what? The numbers are showing that it's working.
There's incentives down south. They'll like give you a handgun to get vaccinated, guys. Think about that.
We talked about that during the last episode in West Virginia. They're giving away guns, hunting permits. In Ohio, I mean, speaking of Ohio, the irony of this being from Ohio being the first one to actually come out and do the money incentive, the lottery,
Right.
and like a teenager won. It was like $1 million.
Yeah. Was it an Amazon like delivery driver or something? Or was that a different state?
That might have been a different state because this one was literally like a 20-year-old.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
And they were in the demographic of people who are now being heavily encouraged to get the vaccine because they're the ones who aren't doing it.
Right.
But the incentive worked. They saw this remains like one of my favorite stories and outcomes of the vaccines and this whole thing is that they had a 53% increase in vaccination rates because of that lottery. I think even Massachusetts, I mean, not that they need to because we're, I think 70% at least one shot at this point. They were even considering doing something similar.
Wow.
So, and it's
Man,
working.
I got mine for free. That's dumb. I should have held out. Clearly, I should have just risked my own safety until someone was willing to offer me a $20 Cheeto card.
I shit you not. I've heard people who have said that they don't want to get their vaccine because they're going to get charged for it because they were told they were going to get charged for it.
Jeez.
Like, no, it's literally free for anybody. If someone's telling you they're going to charge you for it, you're getting scammed.
Hey guys, I'll give you a COVID vaccine, $20.
Yeah. Or if they're like, oh, my insurance is going to charge me. No one's going to charge you for this.
They didn't even ask me for my card, my insurance card when I got mine.
No.
I don't think.
They don't even like.
I got it at the local Price Chopper. Literally just walked in, filled out a paper, and
that's what I would have done. I would just waited to just do a walk-in.
Yeah.
But they didn't even check like any of my information. Like when I went to go get my first one, there was no verification process. Aside from just confirming I had an appointment, but like nothing else needed to be done. And because I know that they were just, they wanted to just make sure they had the right allocations, but in the back of their minds, they're like, everyone needs to get this. So like, if you qualify for it, like get your damn vaccine. Help these numbers go down. So I'm just looking at, I'm using Google for this, but like for the start of June, on June 1st, the 7-day average, 219 cases. 7-day average for June 12th, 128.
nice.
So it keeps going down. And every day you see like yesterday, 113 new cases, 2 additional deaths. That is a far cry from where we were at the beginning
Literal
of the year.
thousands of deaths per day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, let's look at all time here. Where were we in January of this year in Massachusetts? I guess they didn't report any new cases on January 1st, which is odd. Okay, let's use January 3rd. New cases, 3,481. 7-day average, 4,989.
40 times less.
Yeah. January 8th, 7-day average, 6,000. New cases, 8,000. Yeah, the science.
Yep.
The vaccines are working. I mean, I know we're very similar to where we were literally this time last year because it was very low back then, but it was still twice the number. In mid-June 2020, 7-day average, 389.
Imagine if everyone took it like 100% serious on day one, like New Zealand did. And then it was just eradicated from the country in the first week.
Right. I mean, you have the luxury there, the advantage of being an island.
Right.
Too.
Oh, no, small island too. It's a lot of people, other countries rag on us and stuff like that. But it's like, listen, we're like 50 states that like make up like a large area. Like we're like 50 different countries that are all trying to get along as one country, really.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. It's working. Go on, get your goddamn vaccine. Just do it. It's not hard.
Yeah, we're gonna start sniping vaccines on people.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally like tranquilizer darts. Well, there's gonna be vaccine darts. I'm just gonna like guerrilla run by people and like shoot them in the arm.
Yeah, what I like is that there's the guess right now that even if you need a booster, you're not going to need one for a long time.
Right.
So I saw someone again on Reddit. They were asking about travel, and they were like, where can I go get my third booster? Because I'm going to travel. Like, you don't need a third. Like, did you get your 2 shots? Like, what'd you get? And they're like, I got Pfizer. I'm like, okay, did you get your 2 shots? Yeah. Like, you're fine. How long's it been?
Andy.
It's been 2 months. You're fine. You are fully vaccinated.
Go fly, sir.
There's a 1% chance that you're going to catch this, or 5%, whatever it is. The odds of you getting this are very small. And even then, if you have it, the chances of you either developing symptoms or then being able to spread it to others is also quite small. So I've been told anyway. I'm preaching.
Well, I mean, I've been told that it causes magnetism and 5G connectivity. So, and I got it from a pretty good source. I mean,
the internet.
It's right here, dude. It's on paper. I mean, you showing it to me right here.
Yeah.
Source is Hardly Focus, June 13th, 2021. Read it, dude. I mean, you can't even.
Yeah. They are very reputable source, Hardly Focused.
Incredible source.
Incredibly intelligent.
Oh, yes.
And they're
talking
all
pure scientists.
And to top it off, they are all Trump supporters.
Daddy.
Okay, that part wasn't.
No, that's oh god. Now I'm forever scarred. They're gonna like pull that up and like some. I'm gonna be like going for Congress in like 40 years or something like that. I'm gonna be like, you remember this time? Yeah. Well, apparently you're a Trump supporter, and yeah.
Pedophilia.
Oh gosh.
Our first guest tonight is America's favorite cutthroat real estate mogul.
So quickly, I started playing with this band a couple days ago, and down the street from this dude's house where we're practicing, there's a really nice house on the street. Very nice house. And their front lawn is just laden with Trump 2024 signs. And Trump
2024. Oh,
Trump 2024 and Trump 1. Like, there are some fucked up people living there.
the denial's hardcore.
Like, I kind of want to, usually the sun's down when I leave. I kind of want to just pull over and just like pick up all the signs and take off. But
They disgrace themselves. You need not disgrace them more.
Those are also the people that I wouldn't be surprised if they had like cameras pointed on all of their signs looking for people who would just pick these up. I mean, if you have that stuff out in front of your house and you haven't been vandalized, like Godspeed to you if you haven't been vandalized yet. I mean, I saw there was a landscaper a few months ago who was working across the street, and on his truck, and I think this was like October or November. The election hadn't happened yet, but he made his own Trump 2024 bumper sticker.
Oh gosh.
He took like a 2020 and he because I think he knew. I don't know if it's right to say if he knew. I think he was just banking on like, hey, let's just, forget about the, the constitutional amendment that says you can't run for more than 2 terms and just say that, hey, he's going to win again in 2024. So I'm just going to make my own bumper sticker. And he seemed like a nice guy too, which was really sad because I was like, this is back when like the old setup in here when I could look out the window because he was helping my neighbor jump her car. He seemed like a really nice guy, which just sucked.
I'm sure there's a lot of really nice people that are simply just misinformed, or they're in the wrong area, or they have ideas that, they honestly think that Trump's like working for the working man. It's like, dude, he's never been a working man his entire life.
You are fake news.
Yeah.
The dude literally was born rich.
Yeah. There's someone I know who I'm friendly with him, nice guy. We really only communicate on Facebook now, but all of his posts he just puts up are just about like what his family's doing, all this stuff. And then someone mentioned to me offhand recently, like, yeah, I saw this guy's like bookmarks on his browser, and it's like Newsmax and Fox News and anything that a Republican, a Trumper would be following. And I mean, the guy's also based out of Florida too, so that kind of explains it. But I'm like, you know what though? I don't. It kind of sucks hearing that, but I didn't know that because he's not trying to shove it down my throat because he's not being public about it. Like if he wants to believe in that stuff, that's fine. But if he keeps it to himself, that's good. Like I'm not going to knock people for their beliefs. It's when they are very outspoken about this stuff.
I mean, sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they honestly think that Fox News is a real news station and not a news entertainment station, which is a really, 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 really big, like, that's a big deciding factor, guys, on whether or not they can tell the truth or not. Like, they don't have to tell the truth. They can tell whatever they want. It's entertainment.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about like someone who was like a tech for like Comcast or something.
I don't call it Comcast, I call it Concast.
And he was saying that like he was dealing with this like elderly guy who's being a total pain in the ass because like a cable was out. So he goes to leave and the wife comes out like after him and she's like in hysterics and she's like, "You just need to fix this. He needs his Fox News.
Oh no,
he's not right when he doesn't have his Fox News." Jesus Christ! And this was years ago. This wasn't like 6 months ago. I read this years ago. Stefan. One of his grandfathers. I nicknamed him Fox News because every time I go to his grandparents' house, Fox News was on like every TV. He was watching it. He seems like one of those people that you take away his Fox News and the rage happens. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent. I apologize.